Hello friends, how are you? I think you are quite fine. We are going to proceed with our topics about languages. We have already discussed about what is languages and key terms of languages, and we have already discussed about characteristic of human language which make differ from animal languages like that. And today we are going to study about languages versus languages. Languages versus languages. When we talk about a language with article A, we are referring to a specific language in mind, like a Kichaga, English, Spanish, Italy. So when we talk about a language, when it got article A, it means a specific language like English, Italy, Spanish, Germany, all we say a languages. On other hand, when you talk about language without article A, we are talking about general universal characteristic of language with no specific language in mind. So when we talk about a language, we mean general around the world is how language is. So the difference between language and a language lies in the following four concepts: universal grammar, universal phonology, a universal vocabulary, universal semantic. So when we differentiate between a language and languages, we are going to concern with these four things: universal grammar, universal phonology, universal vocabulary, and universal semantic. So let us analyze about universal grammar. This is the first one about universal grammar, how it is. So when we talk about universal grammar, we say that linguistics argue that there is universal grammar which cut across all languages. For example, all human beings have an inbuilt capacity of acquiring grammar and can generate many grammatical rules without being given formal classes. This internalized grammar has sometimes been referred to as competence. Each language has its own grammar different from the others. For example, English grammar is different from Kiswahili grammar. In Kiswahili, for example, an adjectives come after a noun, like the words or like a sentence say mtoto mzuri. Can you say in English a child good? No, you can't say in English a child good. A child good. You are going to say good child like that. So another one we say universal grammars, or the first one we said about universal grammar, it means the grammars of each language is quite different, because we say we have some rules of each language. In Kiswahili we have its kind of grammars, but it look the same. But in English also have its own grammar. As the example we given there, that in English is we can't start with noun. Sometimes we can't start with noun like that. A child good, we can't start like that. We say good child, but in Kiswahili they say mtoto mzuri. So now we are going to discuss about universal phonology. This is the second ones. When we talk about universal phonologies, linguistics talk about phonetics as universal way of describing how sound are produced, transmitted, and interpreted in the brain. Each language must have these three stages: production, it means articulatory phonetics; transmission, acoustic phonetics; and reception, auditory phonetics. Each language has its own sound system. For example, while English has 24 vowels, Kiswahili has only 5. While Kikuria has no L sound, Kinyamwezi has no R sounds, and so on. So each language differ in the ways of pronunciation or production of sounds like that. That's why we said for universally phonologies. And another thing is universal vocabularies. Linguistics argue that there is a certain vocabularies items which should appear in every language. For example, every language must have core common vocabularies for proper nouns like a sun, river, and others. Part of the body, head, leg, and others. Domestic life, house, dogs, and others. Animals, cows, cat, and others. Common adjectives, black, white, and others. And common verbs, eat, die, and etc. Yet each language has its own ways of naming the core items. For example, a hand in English is different from kono in Kiswahili, and a leg in English does not exactly mean mguu in Kiswahili. Can you tell the differences of these words? So when we talk about vocabularies, we are differ in terms of vocabulary for each language. In English, there has own vocabularies, and Kiswahili sometimes have its own vocabulary, and other languages, but there are vocabularies which are around all languages, like a part of the bodies or domestic issues or animals. You can see, but they are names through their own languages. Another one is universal semantics. There shall be universal way of expressing various things such as emotions. In no language could a punch in the face be interpreted as a form of greetings, and it is very unlikely that shaking of hands can be interpreted as a fight. Yet, language differ considerably in the way they express certain things. For example, how could you translate Kiswahili hodi or poleni kwa msiba in English? So there is a way of expressing things in each languages. That is the way we say that there is a difference between language and a language. So we mean that the difference between language and a language which got article A, they are differ in terms of this grammars, phonology, and vocabularies and semantics. So you must remember that these four things make the world language to be differ in terms of grammars, phonology, vocabulary, and semantic. So don't forget to subscribe this channel, and don't forget to share